Hello Aries, this is Caro. Thank you so much for tuning in and welcome to this 2020 singles reading in Tarot Solar Sun Studio with me, Caro. This is a very large spread, so it takes 10 minutes to lay it down and for me to explain you the placement. So I already did that and we saved time. This reading is consisting of 3 sections. We will see some issues which is preventing love to manifest in your life, assuming that you are a single person. We will gonna have a retrospection to your past relationships and what works for you and what works for, not for you in the relationships. We will have our data here, and we will also have a possible love relationship manifesting for you for 2020. Through this relationship, we will see if you are repeating the patterns or not. Now, as you become aware of your own relationship patterns, you can change them, and here you may also manifest. Here it may also manifest something different, so you all have already the control of your own here destiny. You will be the co-creator, okay, of your own life. But in the given circumstances, we will see what manifests, and then we will compare, are we repeating same things or is there a change taking place? We will be also using other complementary decks too. Now I want to begin from the first card, so Aries. This card represents you and the issues surrounding you now. We have the Justice. For some of you, I see here a divorce. You have lately divorced, or you have come to a point where you have had like enough of love karma. Okay, so this tells me that there were also some consequences of the relationships that you have been through, and for some of you there is a here, maybe you have lately divorced. Okay, so you are a fresh single person there. The issue here can be that your own intention actually have a capacity to be sabotaged by your own emotional battles. Okay, so here actually this is you trying to also clear your love karma. Okay, so Justice here can be also that pattern you time to time or all the time fall into, that you are, for instance, dating, and when love is concerned, it's always you are ending up and attracting what you need to work on actually in yourself. So this is not a punishment or a moral requirement, but the universe is telling you that your soul had enough. So you will have now free will to liberate yourself from the past and repeating patterns. So Justice is that actually when we cut off, when we weigh the pros and cons, when we definitely see the results of our actions, she has a sword. So this is you actually cutting out that love karma or that repetitive patterns. So this is you now asking yourself, do I deserve true love? Okay, are you appreciating yourself, your self-worth? Okay, are you able to keep your feet on the ground when you meet someone new and exciting? Do you know what your goals are? Do you stick to them? Okay, so for you to burn off this love karma, you need to here start a new relationship, because the past relationships are in the past. Justice is telling us that our soul had enough. Okay, so it is wanting us to move forward with clarity from now on. Okay, universe is telling us stop. We shouldn't date with the same type of people like over and over again. The second card here is representing your behavioral patterns that are influencing your love life. So here that is very intense experiences, or it may represent with the Scorpio card, and it can be actually Behavioral patterns here can be you have actually pretty much the guts to clear out that love karma and cutting yourself off from things that you do that do not serve you. This is also actually you are looking for intimacy. So are you putting yourself into relationships where you always have to take like a revenge, or it's like always that you have to clear out something? It always has to be so intense with the endings, or does it have to be, you know, that is intensity and it's Scorpio energy. So is it that craving be you know, there is something that it's we want actually to be like bigger than our ego, but that is something like every time you become close to something, it's always like a black and white, you know, energy is happening, like it's like the colors from the earth like diminished. Where are all those transitional tones and steps and, you know, that tones? But there is something black and white maybe with your behavior, but this is something you are also maybe craving for bigger than yourself, because that is also Scorpio. Scorpio is about intercourse and intimacy. So there is something that also maybe this is intense, you know, relationships with intimacy it can be, and this is like it's like you look for the intensity of emotions and everything. So due to the intensity and due to lack of lightheartedness, the relationships cannot proceed in a healthy way. So it's always that black and white, you know, cutting off and moving on kind of energy. I feel it's pretty much in one of them you are holding the scythe, in one of them you are holding the sword, or there is a past pain that whomever you are with, it does not go. Maybe there is this one person who is always bringing you, keep attracting the same person. So this is actually your willingness to also to cut out this pattern as you realize it. Now this is going to represent the areas that need further growth in order for you to find love. King of Wands, you need to be more active, especially in the work level, your entrepreneur skills. You know, King of Wands is a king who is very popular and pretty much very out there king. So the areas that needs further growth here can be how you show off, how you present yourself. It's not a romantic tarot card for sure. This is like an energy driven. So are you really, you are a fire sign, are you really taking the best of your fire energy? Or are you trying too hard to satisfy your or the other person's desire? So there is something there, a balance we are searching for, and maybe this is also you, this can be also you maybe time to time fell in love with someone who is committed elsewhere. So it's like also King of Wands, like playing fire kind of energy it can be, okay? It's a very powerful card actually. The energy wants you to use the power of your own element and you bring that growth in actually whatever area you need to grow out of necessity, okay? This is also your wilder qualities. So maybe you need to express more of your wilder qualities, okay? So improvisational yourself, spontaneous yourself. This is you actually dropping the fear and letting yourself be free, like who you are, and others will definitely appreciate. I mean, this is you maybe characteristically need a further growth it can be, but you have a potential. It's like you are not using it, Aries. This is what I'm feeling. Now the areas that you need to change or process in order to find love, Seven of Pentacles. Now, the areas you need to change or process in order to find love, how you are reflecting on in life, in relationships, okay? Do you give sometimes these pauses and reflect on the things? Maybe you can be doing more of that, okay? For instance, time to time. This can be also, this is a Mercury in Taurus, how you are communicating yourself when future plans are involved in your life. Do you have a future goal or something that you plan or work towards? This is Taurus, it's a construction energy. So for the areas in your life that you are planning ahead, wanna be hopeful, when you started to plan some future areas, love can present itself in that future directions that you are actually considering to take. This is also you reflecting in your relationships. So the way that you maybe reflect on your relationships can also change. There can be some situations where considerations are necessary from the both sides and either of the people rather than only ourselves. So there is also some things that you need to change. Your questions when reflection is made with the Seven of Pentacles in this Taurus and Mercury card, we need to ask ourselves when we get into a connection, is this person giving me happiness? Is this relationship going anywhere? Okay, how far have we come? Where are we going? So we need to make these questions, and careless attitudes may lead to disaster here as well. So we need to refrain from being impulsive as well, okay? We need to read the red flags in our relationships very well. Critical thinking, weighing the pros and cons are important. So this is some color has entered now. It is not only black and white, it says, okay? So now, this card will represent areas that need to be liberated within yourself to allow love into your life. The moon. Again, there is something here deep down. You are here in this reading like a Scorpio, not an Aries. The moon here is our intuitive sides, okay? And the moon here is also our past life. Sometimes, you know, the energy that we call back and recall from the past, it can be like our accumulation of past life karmas and past life associations in general. You need to make peace with something within yourself, Aries. And also, moon is sometimes love is blind kind of energy, because there is always a dark side of the moon. So that blind side needs to come to light, okay? In your subconscious motivations and in your, even you know it unconsciously and consciously, or in your subconscious, there needs to be something which needs to be liberated, maybe coming from childhood, the way that you relate with people, or something hidden, something veiled, something sealed, because the moon is you know, is hidden element here. This is also you from now on need to, I mean, work on to attract people who are fair and honest, because something is also telling me that you are attracting people who are unable to be fair and honest, actually. So, or you are the one which is secretive. So a secretive side, this hidden side, needs to be liberated. Are we promising more than we can deliver, or are we leaving the other person waiting? What are the dark issues we are actually time to time fall in under trap? Okay, are we using our logic and reason time to time? Or are we like just in love with love, being in love with love? So are we in love with a person which is actually not like, is just the ideal, are we in love, okay? Because sometimes when there is this ideals happening and when you get to know the person, you see all the magic is gone, okay? You hear more like a transparent energy you need rather than the moon, then the transparent energy coming out, like being who you are, for being what you are, and because there is some kind of maybe a state here in your life which can be fantasy. It keeps you waiting. Maybe this is something that you need to liberate, because the moon can be very fantastic, it can be fantasy, it can be, okay? Actually with the moon, romance is available, but are we paying attention to people around us? This can be also one energy. So now let's look at here our now retrospection. So let's go to past now and see who you were. Now this is going to be your dating history. This is what you think you want, what you really need, reality check, and advice. And each card has another position. By the way, I'm giving this reading with all the placements and extra cards. I do not, by the way, make separate. I perform this reading in private, very compact. If you want to invest in yourself, you can also purchase this reading as a private reading option from me. But this is really in the private format, we get really deep with the cards. So as this is a general reading for 2020, I try to give you the main trends. But in private it can be quite fascinating. So if you are considering to get this type of reading, okay, more of like directional reading, you can check the description box below. There is a video link there. I'm explaining what kind of a reader I am and how you can get in contact and what I request from you for readings. But definitely this is for people who want to invest in themselves and willing to do the work and not looking for instant gratification, and who are more likely to want to manifest healthy relationships in their life. Now let's see who you were. You were the world. Who your partner was, Page of Wands, and the relationship you were in, Justice. Oh. Now Aries, I will tell you something. This is your dating history. For sure your dating history can be also, there can be many people, but this is the most significant one, let's say. This is a woman, a mature woman at a certain age and self-accomplished. But their partner is a page. It's like a boy. It's not a love relationship, this one. And Justice is the strict mother archetype. The mature woman and the young boy. And it's like a mothering type, this relationship. In your relationship in the past, it's like you were or fathering, like feeling like fathering or mothering someone. It's very strict, by the way. And maybe we have Justice here too. It ended up with divorce or big separation or big, events. You were like feeling restricted here. And the person is pretty much very playful. They have always like eyes on outside world, where you are more of like in this place of a bit claustrophobic. The other person wanna go out, but every time the relationship, it's like no, justice. This is like in your dating history, you are always like the nurturer, carer in a position. And you are like mothering your partners. This is not healthy for sure. A mature woman, the world, this is an accomplished person, mature person. But the partner is a boy, Page of Wands. So there's an immature energy here. And maybe you were also having a control over the partner here. So there is this energy, and the person was always trying to go somewhere else, and maybe you were bringing some restrictions. This is like a is like a mothering a person. Okay, now we found one pattern there. This is our aim, by the way. This is the aim in this reading, and we will see if you are repeating this or changing the attitude so that you can manifest better relationships. Now, who you want to be? Who you want to be? Let's see what you think you want. You want to be magician, and you want them to be a Queen of Swords, and the relationship you say you are looking for is a Fool, nomadic relationship. Now this time, actually what you want is vice versa. You want to be the magical genius boy, Queen of Swords, who wants to be mothered by partner, or like okay, I'm always giving direction, or you know, to people. Now I want someone to have an influence over me, because magician in the relationships can be a beginner's mind, but the relationship you look is also the Fool. This is you wanna now escape. You see, you wanna now escape now, the Fool. Every time you feel restricted, you wanna go. Or a relationship, it's like a person says no, stay, you know, what you are actually doing to the other person, but you are actually yourself looking to be cared. So there is something here with your own upbringing or family issue that you are projecting in relationships. So the Fool is out. Is not in a relationship. The Fool relationship is not a relationship, because the Fool is freedom. So this is a free relationship with the energies flows. So it's like a nomad. We are one day here and the other day here. Always maybe running away from something. Not settled. Deep down within you, you may want that for sure. Consciously or subconsciously. But this is like, again, Queen of Swords is now mothering the magician. You see the sword up now. It's like, again, the boy and the mother. Now, Aries, another card. What you really need now. What you really need. Okay? What you really need. Actually, let me start from this. You are at your best when you are 5 of Pentacles. Best person, partner for you, 2 of Cups person, or you see egalitarian person, equality person. And best relationship for you is an 8 of Pentacles. Another 8, but this time with equal. Now, Aries, I will tell you something. There is something with the Pentacle suite here. First of all, you are at your best when you have this material security in your life, because this is going to influence your relationships. This is you. When you are, you need to feel a bit protected, and the material energy can really help you. Some mundane comforts or aspects can give you first the security and find your spiritual center actually. So there is something here with your actually survival conditions. This is also you. You are at your best when you bring something spontaneous to the relationship. Like, okay, we have maintained this like this for some time, but we suddenly decide to this, okay? So decide this, you are like doing some spontaneous actions. And you are at your best when you together invest with the person towards a common goal. Okay, because a particular way is not serving, but now it needs an update. You are good at doing that. Okay, this is also you in relationships with your actions. Let's say you have only one cup. This is you multiplying. Okay, making things abundant, fertile. finding good financial solutions, creating value, and showing perseverance in the relationship. There needs to be a particular mundane effort which has to connect you to your partner, okay? And I feel you really need to recreate first yourself inside out, and then this is gonna recreate actually the relationship itself. You are multiplying things. This was a fight. It has become 8 of Pentacles, multiplying, and a common work towards a particular goal. The other person, best person for you is a person who is like a soulmate, 2 of Cups. A person who will recognize themselves in you, okay? A person who is who doesn't see love as individual but as a universal force which is actually connecting you and them. A person who has a human heart, okay? A person who has an imagination and can able to connect with you at the both spiritual and emotional level, who can reciprocate what you are multiplying here with emotional backup. And the person for you has to be a kindred spirit, needs to be emotionally mature person. Okay, you see this boy cards, magician is also a beginner's mind. So emotionally mature, not isolating themselves, okay? A person who has ability to establish relationship. A person who is not feel imprisoned by family ties. A person who does not have a fear of commitment, okay? A person who is emotionally active, and you are active. Here there is always characters playing. Character. But what works for you is actually not the egos or characters. It's about the actions and people's feelings. Emotion needs to enter, sentiment needs to enter, mundane world needs to enter. Otherwise your relationship becomes like a personality clashes. 8 of Pentacles is the best relationship for you, telling me that both of you can put together something common. This is a relationship where you need physical or materially balanced, non-paralyzing, and a kind of a relationship which is producing prosperity, okay? Also, a person who, a relationship who can create its true wealth, health, happiness in the home, and harmonious realizations in which people are recognizing each other, giving their rightful place at home or in a periphery, okay? Abundance, prosperity. This card is evoking really harmony, wealth, and anything which can be fulfilled. And also, relationship that that has to make you feel fit in your body, complete in your health, and a family understanding. A home, a place where people have found their rightful places, okay? Paradise on earth. Let's create our own paradise on earth. Now, let's do the reality check. How you are perceived by others. Ace of Swords, again. Now, there is a kind of a rigidness. This sword, Aries. You keep coming. Now, this is a cutting of energy, but it is also, you know, a clarity. It can be sharp intellect, it can be a keen intellect, but it can be also a very rigid intellect with no understanding as well. Okay, so the type of person you are attracting is a 5 of Wands person. The relationship you are attracting is 4 of Pentacles. In your relationships, things go too much boredom and it becomes dull by time. 4 of Pentacles. A boredom emerges. You come with your then criticize, sharp intellect. The other person went into conflict, wanna create a momentum, but they get themselves into fight with you. Okay? And funny enough, to this momentum, the relationship cannot produce its dynamics. You need momentum. There is also here a death rebirth, recreation. I see here you are always like back and forth with a partner. Like 10,000 times broke up, 10,000 times union. Okay? So for this to not to happen, you need to make this 4 double 4. You need to create your own paradise in the relationship, okay? Rather than looking for an exterior to complete it. For this, the person needs to be content for sure. Let me see what now works for you. 3 of Cups works for you. Now, expression of your emotions. Romantic love, heartfelt emotional experiences, love at first sight even, and freshness, inexperience sometimes, okay? Actually, you are as much willing to learn as much as like the other person, inexperience, and from that inexperience, what you want to build with that person works for you. Emotional expression works for you. Amorous enthusiasm works for you. Your relationship creates lack of amorous enthusiasm, but this is amorous enthusiasm. A little bit idealization of love and working towards goals works for you. Don't fixate yourself to impossible love, it says. Okay, also. Working against you, Hermit. Isolating yourself. Disappearing so much time. Constantly having to look to the past. Constantly looking at the past experiences, feeling discouraged, and isolating yourself does not work for you. Okay? You need to actually have your partner like the best chat mate, okay? Chatting person. I mean, this is your own chatting. You need to engage with people. King of Wands. You need to come out. Isolating yourself is not working for you. So, how to maximize your chance to find love? The Lovers. Oh. When you stop mothering, mother, boy, lover. The boy needs to choose the lover, leave the mother, so that he can grow in the relationships. Some mother issues you need to handle, okay? Coming from your upbringing. For this, you can have a therapy. There is a toxic mother maybe influence over you. Well, you may say, my mother was the best. Yes, they can be the best, but sometimes mothers, including mine, leaving some effects on us unconsciously, which seems so innocent, but actually does bad to us. This is what you need to determine. Once you determine that, it's you live like a home, like a womb, and merging with the lover. And here again, in your relationships, you are also mothering, and what you are looking for is actually like this mother type. Unconsciously, we are doing that, guys, okay? We unconsciously do that. We do not realize it until we get that enlightenment. And why we do this archetypal tarot now? For you to sustain in the long term. And this reading is really need to help, aiming people to help, who needs help. Now, how to maximize your chance also to love? There is a place you need to live. First of all, if you haven't leave a place, it grows so comfortable for you. Leave that place. Go and merge with the lover's path. Here it says. Don't be idle at a place, the hermit. You need to go and for things which will support your growth. I see here psychological idleness does not work for you. You need true inner growth. You need to starting a completely new life, assuming new responsibilities in your life, becoming totally independent also from the past will maximize your chance, okay? And when you strike on equal adult to adult balanced relationships, you will leave the mother-child or father-child dynamics behind, okay? One energy. Now, at this stage, we are going to grab our romance angels. 3 main messages for Aries from the romance angels. 3 main messages. Number 1 message. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectation. Can be someone different. Reconciliation, someone from your past is returning to your life, but we do not want that, because justice, because you're gonna burn off karma, love karma, okay? Again, past life relationship, that's unfinished business. You have known each other before. There is something from the past which is keep coming. 2 times justice. I think this is this partner. Well, it's like keep coming that person, and that's why it says you keep an open mind. And this person is, I think, different type. This 2 of Cups person, the best person works for you. It will be a different type for you. Or for the beginning of 2020, there is something with a past lover that you will first conclude, and then both of you will go your own way, okay? This is a karmic relationship, but going in your own ways with the good terms, okay? It can be. Now, 3 cards from the power of surrendering. This is something you need to surrender. Let's get our cards here. Okay, so this is also a very straightforward message, but it is very helpful. What you need to surrender for 2020. Surrender denial. Accept people and situations exactly as they are without denying the difficulties. Then you can see things clearly and make the best decisions. Surrender to wonder and awe. Open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder in all life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow. Hermit mode is not helping. If there is denial, well, here is the message, Aries. This is for you to see things clearly, okay, and making the best decisions. Please remember that. And you need to surrender your full power. Your life is calling for you to step into your full power rather than playing it small, Aries. You are not acting in your best capacity. You can act better, do better in your best capacity. Also use that fire element. Now, what is manifesting for you? You haven't changed anything. Let's see what is manifesting for you as a love connection. If these are still these patterns, we do not want that. Once you realize that, you can manifest a different relationship there, okay? Now, let's begin. I'm so excited for this, Aries. So, let's see what is coming. Now, your new love interest for 2020, Seven of Swords person. What is their vocation, what they do for living? That. Now, what is their best characteristics? Two of Cups. This person, as a best characteristics, have the Two of Cups. And this was the person, good partner for you. Now, bingo. Another one. Yes. Now, what are their flaws? Magician. Oh, this is what you want to be, and their flaw is what you want to be, they cannot be. Okay, so you may criticize this person, but Magician and the Seven of Swords is a trickster energy, Aries. Okay, another. So this is going to now reveal what are their first impressions of you. Ten of Pentacles. Oh, you are happy. Part of a large family. Have health, have wealth. And you do not want a makeshift agreement. You are also part of a community, something. You are a part of something, establishment, big family or an old family, or you have a different coming from a different background. Your first impressions of them, Two of Pentacles. You see this person try to deal with life in general. Now, this is the emotional connection. Their emotional connection is the Chariot. They will have control their feelings. Your emotional connection to them, Knight of Cups, you like this person. You become suddenly the Knight of Cups. Now, okay. Let's see the strengths of this relationship. Six of Swords, or the weakness, King of Cups. The weakness is the emotional turmoil. So let's see what is the long-term potential. This relationship does not have a long-term potential. You are here not really repeating a pattern, but by this person is not this is a backstabbing person, and it's like a too much heartbreak they cause. Be careful. Now, Aries, how you will recognize them then? Okay. Now this person, now here is your greatest service from your Tarot Solar Essence studio. Now this person can work in a place of entertainment, like, I don't know, amusement parks or fairs. They may have something with campsite, something with weapons. They may be working in a secluded place, or they have this military base kind of work. That can be something with casinos, gaming, okay, underground places as well. This is one thing which is I now associate with their I mean, there is a lot of mental activity, and this person may be also like into computers. Maybe they create software. Maybe they are writers. Okay, it can be, they can be writers. There is something here, maybe now the occupation with that, literally they may be dealing with that people, or keeping records, something with maybe funerals they work, or really endings will be part of their job, by the way. Now they have a character that you may recognize at the first place, okay? But the fluff here is the magician. This is a trickster energy. They have a habit of lying. This is what is backstabbing you, okay? They like you, they saw a great potential in you, and emotionally they won't so much show up their feelings to you. However, I see you like more willing. Now the strength here is can be something. Okay, it's not working then. Let's leave. Leaving when it's not working, not clinging to something, like putting a distance suddenly, or a kind of a boundary it can be. However, emotionally there is a lot of ups and downs. There is a person here can be with a lot of drinking, okay? And cannot handle emotional turmoils, it can be. Something with the emotionally can be very hectic. But whatever the case, actually, it does not have a long-term potential. Why this is happening? Because the person is not of a good character, I think. However, you have something, I mean, you are attracting to a person that you will feel your feelings are reciprocated at first. This person has some kind of a dangerous waters kind of job or occupation. Not they are performing danger, but their job may include a part of a danger. You may be recognizing that, okay? They won't be so much showing their emotions here. They will reciprocate you, but themselves easily also emotionally disengage, it can be. There is an underhanded business, it can be even. But whatever the case, okay, this is happening by the end. This does not have a long-term potential. So keep working on your 5 of Pentacles. Create the relationship of 8 of Pentacles and see the 2 of Pentacles quality. Leave a place. This is you need a new life. Begin somewhere, even maybe completely fresh and new in your life, or a new environment you need to enter. Maybe this is not happening because you first have to finish up a past life connection there, okay? Plus, yes, clearing love karma we were talking about from the past. And then you will see actually the veil is like lifted, and then you will more come into light. But this person is also, well, you may not choose to enter this relationship now, because now you know. So you may manifest better ones, but definitely by disengaging for yourself from this mothering, fathering, kind of, you need an adult equal amount of relationship, okay? Equal giving and taking. So 2020 messages, Aries. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope it has been insightful for you. I'm also offering this reading as a private reading option, so if you consider, please check the description box below. Thank you so much for listening once again. And I will be speaking to you throughout 2020 as well. Take good care. Ciao for now.